don't know what's going on out there between men and women. I mean, I think we as men, we as a society in general, but mainly men, we let it happen. We got this all wrong, man. Entirely wrong. I mean, this video is going to be like probably pretty extreme. I mean, I think everything needs to change. Like we got it completely up is down, east is west, north is south. Like this is just completely turned around. It's not what it's supposed to be. We got dudes that are like, you be like trying to make dating apps. Like you get on, like we got dudes getting on Bumble. What? Am I the only one that just can't, I can't even do that? Like that feels, that's just not me. That's just not me. That like in your masculinity, that should hurt your masculinity so much. You're getting on Bumble and you're like taking certain pictures to look a certain way, all your best pictures, saying quirky things and, you know, this interesting fact and this thing and show how interesting and intellectual you are. And then, you're hoping for the best. It just seems desperate, just in general. That seems desperate. Like you're putting yourself out there on a dating app, like to get women. I mean, that in general. I mean, that in general should just be. I mean, unless you're doing it. I mean, you should just be such a catch in real life. Like you should be killing it in real life. That you can do this in real life. Why do you need dating apps? You don't even need dating apps. You don't. They're weird. They're weird. Like a girl hits you up and then you're going to try to say something funny. Like the whole thing is just you're trying too hard. You're trying too hard. Men are trying too hard. That's the whole point. That's what I'm trying to say. That's really what I'm trying to say. Is like men are trying, even trying, even trying, even trying. Yeah, there's always going to be that portion of men like at the bottom that try to get women. They have to because they're just not that desirable in the dating pool. But like we got everybody, like all the men now are like trying to get women. And it's like this society has this entire sort of framework of dating of like men and women where like the man is supposed to pursue her, the man is supposed to show her, a good time and how interesting he is and show her attention and all this stuff, and everything's supposed to be done for her. You shouldn't even have the time to do that. Like you shouldn't even have the time in the day to do this stuff. You should just be so focused on you and your life. You're just completely like zoned in on building yourself, you know, good habits financially, building the body, building the appearance, building yourself spiritually, mentally, emotionally, looking towards higher, looking towards whatever your God is. that needs to be the trail you're blazing, and you should just be laser focused on that. And you should know that when you do enough, you're going to start to see in your peripherals women start to appear. Like boink, boink, boink. A woman appeared. A woman appeared. A woman appeared. Boink, boink. They just appear, bro. They just appear. If you are really doing it, if you really got it like that, if you're really doing what you're supposed to be doing, if you are prioritizing the things you're supposed to be prioritizing, if you inside are building something inside, something solid as rock, steel, gold, if you are doing that, you can have the blinders on, and then women appear, and then they'll appear in your rear view mirror too. They'll just be scattered along the road, waving. Stop. Come back. I love you. I need you. You just give a little wave out the window. You don't stop for nobody. They should have hopped in. You're going full speed ahead. You should have hopped in. I would have evaluated you, seen what you're made of, seen if you have what I want, if you're good, if we can make this work. If not, get out. I'm going. Got more things to do. Got more to build, more to create. But that's not how men view themselves today. They don't even view themselves in that way. They don't view themselves as that cold-blooded leopard, like in the brush, just stalking every day. Quiet lightning every day. Just building a little more, staying silent about it, not telling nobody about it, because you're about it. Your actions speak enough. You yourself are loud as fuck. Just you and what you're doing, loud as fuck. Loud. People can't bear to hear it when you're around. People don't want to look at you because you got those yellow eyes that are just cold. Just cold. They look straight through people. Because you're about it. You're about the inner work. You're about the inner things. You're about building yourself. You know that the external world builds as you build the internal man. That's what really a man is. But men today don't think like that. They think it's almost like they think like women. They think from such a scarcity mindset. It's like they're trying to get women. It's like they're taking time out of their day, energy out of what they could be putting towards working on themselves and working on a career and building their passions and their hobbies or whatever. Not really their hobbies, but they're taking time out of that and using it towards, let me create this dating profile. Take some pictures and let me go on a date and try to be interesting and try to it's all desperate. It all comes off as just desperate and thirsty, in my opinion. And in my opinion, that's how I view myself. That's how I view men in general. Like, I just think that we need to completely shift the way that we are thinking, because If all men tomorrow woke up and stopped like focusing on trying to get like a woman, because that in and of itself, if you're like focused on that, if you're super focused on that, then that in and of itself shows you that you're just not thinking about yourself in the right way. You're not prioritizing yourself the way that you could be. You know, you still have some sort of, you're giving them power in some way. Like you're giving them power in some way. You're not confident in knowing that women will just come. Like, why are you going out and trying to get them when you just know that women will just appear if you're doing the right things? And it'll be easier to get them too. It'll be easier to get them than what you're doing now when you're like trying to go out and like, hey, I got a good IT job, and you know, I went to a 4-year college and got a bachelor's, and you know, I drive a Tesla, and you know, I do yoga on the weekends, and I play softball with my buddies. And you're telling her this stuff like over dinner, and it's just like, what are you doing? She's losing attraction for you when you're like, just by you doing that. It's almost crazy. No wonder no guy is like really long-term successful with women today. Almost no guy. Because we are a generation of men that just don't even think right. We don't think about this whole dynamic of the sexes right at all. We got completely bombarded by feminism and just overtaken. We're brainwashed. You know, men are brainwashed today. We got brainwashed by all the movies when we watched when we were growing up, by all the things our mother were telling us, by all the things our father never did as a man. Like, it's just all wrong. This isn't some like, and it, you know, if you're viewing this and you're feeling some sort of way like, oh, this is like bashing women or degrading towards women, like, no, it's not. I'm literally just saying that men have to be way better. Because you know what? You don't even got to worry about women. It's almost like you don't even got to worry about them. If men are better, if we are holding ourselves to a very high standard, and we hold women to a high standard as well, because we hold ourselves to a high standard, when you're operating from a place of abundance, when you are so focused on yourself as a man, when you know that the women will come, when you ain't stressing about one type of woman, when you ain't trying to like go out of your way to date and get a woman long term, women will just come to you, and you will have your pick, and you'll be able to tell them, hey, you got to be better here, 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 and here. I don't like this about you. I don't like this about you. I don't like this about you. I can just feel women watching this being like, what? Oh my God, this guy's terrible. But secretly, I mean, they love it. But you can just be like, hey, need to be better here, need to be better, blah, blah, blah. I demand this. It's almost like you can just, things are back to the way that they are, because women will know that all these men that are so strong and so set in their ways and doing their own thing and demand so much of them, for them to even have a shot with you guys, it completely turns the tables. Now men are, this is how it's supposed to be. You know, women are supposed to feel as if they're chasing the man, that they can never lock you down. Like you are a constant challenge. Men are supposed to be the challenge. They're supposed to be the prize. They're supposed to be the one that she just can't, she never feels like she can get full control over him. She constantly feels like she has to work to keep him. This is deep. This is deep psychology of the sexes. Deep psychology of attraction. I mean, just look around you today. It's not good today. Women, it's almost like women are just disgusted by men today. Because look at the men around you. We've lost sight. We've lost sight. Men have lost sight. And what I'm saying is actually, it's not misogynist. What I'm saying, it gives more love to women than people who purport to say, oh, give her 50-50 and compromise and share the duties around the house and with the kids and make sure that you're there for her and make sure that your careers are equally, and you can even sacrifice your career for hers, and that's very gentlemanly. And those guys hate women. They don't even know it, but they're operating from a place of like, they think that that's what women want. But again, this goes back to something that I've said before. It's like women will never say what they want. Never. It's like encoded in their DNA. Either they will never say what they want, they'll always say the opposite, they'll always lie, or it's that, or they don't know what they want. That's why they say all these things. That's why they say, oh, you need to be this, oh, you need to be that. Oh, if only you were like this, I would love you more. Oh, if only you were like this, I wouldn't cheat on you. If only you were like this, I might have stayed with you, or we could have made it work, or because she doesn't actually know. She doesn't actually know what really gets her going, what really she's attracted to, what really just absolutely lights the fire within her. It's almost like they don't even know. And everything men have been taught today about it on the subject is completely wrong. We're thinking about this entirely wrong. Black is white now. We need to get it back to black. You know what I mean? Like it's that stark of a contrast. We're doing entirely the wrong things. Modern men today. I've seen it for myself. I've seen this stuff myself in all the relationships that I've had. This is speaking from experience. And this should be illustrative of your experiences too. You know? Men have to be better, and women will fall in line. They'll have no choice. They'll have no choice. Men have to set the bar. We need to be demanding way more of ourselves. And these women will finally start to be attracted to men again. Be like, oh damn, oh my God, I gotta get this guy. This guy is just on some other shit. What is he about? I gotta see what he's about. I can't let him out of my sight. I can't, you know what I mean? Like we gotta turn this. We have to turn this around. Because it's the way it's meant to be. It's the way it's meant to be. That's why. It's the way it's meant to be. Point blank, period. You should feel this in yourself. You should feel this intuition deep within yourself. You should feel that you need to be more as a man. You need to focus on yourself. You need to get selfish. You need to put only the higher things in life above yourself, God or whatever you aspire to, whatever you are guided by, your guiding light. That is the only thing that's above you. You don't put nothing else above you except for that, except for God or whatever. Women, they'll just come. They will come, and you'll know what to do with them. And now you'll start to have some sort of sense that, okay, now they're really attracted to me. Now they're getting what they actually want. It's like they really get what they want when they don't get what they say they want. It's crazy. All right. That's the video.